In the previous video, I introduced you to break-even analysis by using these numbers here. I want to go into a more intermediate view of this now. So I'm going to wipe out these numbers here. I'll keep this formula in here, wipe this out. We're going to wipe out these numbers just for a minute here and here. Now, this was a very simplistic view. Let's say that you had a list of fixed costs over here. So you have fixed cost. And I'll blow this up for you. So, type or item cost. So factory, assembly line. We have equipment, packaging bay. So this isn't the packaging material, this is the packaging bay. So we have 1 million in cost for the factory. Assembly line, let's say, is $650,000. Equipment, so this is heavy machinery equipment, not like things we put into the product. Let's say that that's $25,000, and packaging bay is $13,000. So what we want to do here is, this is all our fixed cost. So we're going to go over here to our calculator, hit sum, and go back to fixed costs on this tab down here and grab all of this information. So now, and what's better yet, let's say you add more later. Let's say you add some stuff here. Why don't we just do this? We'll do the sum of this column here. That way, if we ever add costs, we don't have to go back and redo the reference. Okay, variable cost each. We'll work on that here next. So we'll make this data up as we go, so we'll do a variable. We'll blow that up for you. Item cost. So let's say wood. We got wood. We've got steel. We've got copper in our product, and we've got straw. Okay. So let's say we're building brooms, or heavy-duty brooms. Now the copper itself, it cost 45 cents. Okay. So we'll data ink this up. The straw was 13 cents. The steel was 65 cents. And the wood was $1.50. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go to variable cost, hit sum, and copy all that down as a reference. And now we have $2.73. Now our price each, now this is a pretty good margin, right? You're making just over $7 every time you sell a broom. Now you have to ask yourself, is that a reasonable price? Or could you get away selling brooms for 20 bucks? There are certainly other costs involved. So let's add another one here. Let's say we're importing these, import duty. And let's say that's $4, okay? These are imports, we have to pay a duty, But so then, let's say we also have to do a freight. And we broke this down per unit, generally speaking. We certainly could add another column here for freight each, but let's just bank it in here as 72 cents per. Now some of you might argue that's a very expensive freight, but think about these as long things, very lightweight but long, bulky, oblong shape, etc., or uniquely shaped there. So you got to think in perspective of how does it fit on a shipping container, into a truck, etc. So now we have that there, and we have to ask yourself, are we okay with making $2.55? Maybe we bump that up to 15 or 20, etc. Now, if we're the manufacturer of these, if we're selling this to Target, then they're going to want to make their own markup. So they would be selling for. So you want to be careful, because in reality, it might look good to say, oh yeah, I'll definitely charge 20 to make $13, but you got to think about it. The retailer, you're not the retailer. You're selling it to either a distributor or you're selling it to, like a retailer. So And just so we're clear here, this is for all the material. This freight and import broken down per unit for all that material. So let's go with $15 because we'll make some money on it. But honestly, maybe it's even 10, and we got to make it up on volume. So we'll try 15 first, and we'll go over to GoalSeek now. And we want B6 to be 0 by changing this one. So because we have this formula up here, and I'm just going to show you the formula. I'm going to bump it up for you so you can see it a little better right there. We already had that in there. So it's price minus variable cost times quantity minus the fixed cost. So we have to make 223,577. Remember, we can't sell 0.16, so we have to round that up. So if you're in my class and ask you how many we have to produce, and therefore sell, it's not the 223,576.16. No, we round that up, round up to get the actual number that we have to sell. Okay, produce and sell. Now, I want to take it to the other level here and show you another example. What if we want to use to find out, let's say, we're not in the business just to break even on this. We have to make $1 million. We have to make $1 million. So we're going to change B6 to $1 million by changing that B7. Do some math. Okay, so in order for us to make $1 million of profit, we have to sell 356,027. Because remember, you can't sell 0.49 of a unit. We always round up. Don't round down, or don't just do the round function. Always round up. Because we need that extra unit. We need that unit there that's hanging around. Like, folks, even if this number was 0.001 and we had to stretch out our cell so you could see all those numbers, we still have to produce that 27th unit. Okay? Don't make any mistake about that. If this was in my class and it's a quiz or an exam, yes, you still have to produce that 27th unit. Okay? So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful in taking it to the next level by looking at all of your costs there.